runners. So, okay. Hey, runners. So the one thing you need to do, I really like this. Okay. Hey, runners, if you want to run faster, the first thing you want to do is understand speed in running. And running speed actually comes from gravity. So the first thing you want is to have a wall. I'm going to use this, but I highly recommend a wall, obviously. So first, why? Because running is falling. The way you accelerate, the way you run faster is to actually free fall. And free falling is actually just letting your body fall. So first I have to kind of know, how do I run faster? So the fun part is the gait cycle has 3 elements. You have a standing running pose. That's the beginning of the gait cycle. So when you touch down on the ground, as soon as you're in this position, in this pose, your body can then fall forward. As your body falls forward, you pull your foot up. So running is a repeated cycle of pose. Watch, I'm going to fall, pull, and then I have to recover the pose. The sooner I recover the pose, the sooner I can use the fall, the sooner I can pull my foot. So the faster I can do the gait cycle, the faster I can run. So the neat part is for anybody that learns how to do this, you're going to run faster because speed is a byproduct of a correct pose cycle, gait cycle, if you will. So if I'm here, like I said, if I'm here in this position, and which is a position of balance, guys, is what it is. So it's called a shaky balance. So if I'm here on the ground and my body, because gravity and momentum are always working, right? So my body's traveling forward, always. That's just running, right? Your body's traveling forward. So the fall is happening. It's just happening anyway. Are you using it? That's a different question, right? So if you harness the fall is what you're actually doing, because the body's going to go forward, right? So then it's you. Are you allowing your body to keep traveling forward, or are you putting your foot down to stop it? So you don't know yet because you haven't played with it. What happens when you start to really focus on the fall element of the gait cycle and you realize, wow, running is actually really fun, because if I allow myself to use the free fall that's already happening, you can be like, whee! And then you just have to learn what? How to pull your foot. It's the running action. Your job is to pull your foot. Your job is to hold this line. Like, you've got to hold your ears, shoulders, hips in line all the time. That's your job. You got to hold that all the time. Your action is to pull the foot. The falling is happening naturally. Gravity, momentum, your body's traveling. So falling is happening. You have to be able to, one, recover this position and then pull your foot. So as the body is traveling, your job is let it travel, but be ready to pull your foot. And then the faster you pull your foot, the sooner you will continue to run. So all of a sudden, oh, okay, so why do I need to pull my foot faster? Only because my body's traveling more. So a lot of people, when they start thinking running faster, they immediately want to move their arms and legs faster. And I want to tell you first, you've got to think of what's happening. Because in place, if I can do something in place and it really makes me stay still, like I'm not moving anywhere, it's not going to help me when I'm actually traveling. So that's important, because this helped me learn also. So what does that mean? If I stay right here, I'm not going anywhere, and I said to you, if you want to run faster, you need to move your arms and legs faster. Well, if that were the case, then let me run in place. Tell me to move my arms faster. Okay, I'm moving my arms faster. Now move your legs faster. I'm moving my legs faster. Whew, I'm tired. My heart rate got up. I used a lot of muscles. There was a lot of work involved. Did I go anywhere? No. I stayed right here. So I have to be really careful. You need to be careful, because if you think that running faster means you have to move your arms and legs faster, your thought process is going to be more effort, more effort, more effort. And you're like, whew, I'm really winded. However, I didn't really go anywhere. So a lot of people, when they tell me, Valerie, I've been really working on the pull and I've got my cadence up, not really running any faster, I'm like, you missed that fall element. You're pulling, you're pulling, you're pulling, you're pulling. I'm pulling, not going anywhere, right? So I have to remind everyone, like the concept of fall is interesting, right? Because when I first heard it, just so you know, and I wasn't a runner, I always remind people of this. I was a strength trainer, still am a strength trainer, group fitness instructor. So everything I did was in place, right? Did a lot of strength training. We do it in place. Group fitness is in place, right? You might move side to side. You might go up and down on a step, but in general, you've got your little square. Running, there you go. You have to go out there, right? So if I'm not really understanding movement, it's very hard to understand how do I move faster. So let me just take you through the understanding the fall. And then we have so many videos on practicing the fall, but the simplicity of it is really fun. So first, find a wall, honestly. And you've got to be in your ready stance. So remember, we have all of this in the free 3, 2, 1 on the app. You get into your ready stance and you face your wall, okay? Because the first thing is fear. If someone just says to you, hey, fall, that's really strange. So you have a fight or flight response, right? So as soon as you actually do fall, just so you know, your brain's like, wait a minute, I do not want to fall. And it will stop you from falling. Your muscles will tense up. So you have to first develop this relationship of falling. And it's free falling. That means nothing should limit the fall. So notice though, what does stop me? My hand. On purpose, right? And the more you think about that, so you see, stopped. I'm not moving anymore, right? But look, what's important here? I held my line. Ears, shoulders, hips stay in line. My knees stay bent. My feet start to come off the floor. If you lift your torso up, this is what starts the fall for your run. Your feet come off the floor. This is the beginning of the pull of your action. So start to sense that. I am falling forward. My feet are lifting up. Then you start learning the pull action of running. I'm pulling up to pose, right? So now as I fall forward, I'm going to pull my foot. Fall, pull. See? I'm falling forward. What's my job? Pull. You see, I'm teaching myself. Fall, pull. So when I run, we know the fall is happening because gravity's doing that, right? So when I run, my job is to pull. So now I'm starting in the pose. I'm going to fall, pull. Where did I end up? In pose, right? So you can check yourself. If I didn't, let's say I missed it. So pose and I miss it. I fall, I missed it, and I'm here. Are you in pose? No. Your head's way here, your foot's behind you. If you land like this, 30-pound weight on your legs, and then you got to stand here and wait to recover. So speed is about how soon can I recover pose so my body can continue falling and I can pull my foot. You see? It's just that repetition of the gait cycle. So the best part, by the way, of speed training, of running faster, and this is for anybody, you start here. So because it's concept first. The concept of speed, I have to change from thinking it's just moving my arms and legs real fast, that it's actually allowing my body weight, it's my center of mass, to travel. And if we know that travel is happening, if I let the travel happen, my foot will unweigh, so the pull is starting, right? I'm really light on my feet here. So if I start in pose and I start to fall, pull! You see? I pulled my foot. And I did it all supported. See, supported. Because I want to learn what the feeling of fall is. Because then I can take that same practice. Look, watch. In here, I'm in place. I'm going to feel the same thing. I'm going to get in my pose. I'm not going to put my hand out. Remember, I just said it though. Free fall. So now I know. I'm going to free fall, pull. See? Fall, pull. And that was 1. Then we work on 2 and then 3. And then all of a sudden you're doing 3 in a row. So then all of a sudden you're in pose. Watch. Fall 3. 1, 2, 3. Right? And I got my wall I can check. The sooner I can respond to the pull, the faster I can keep running. So you start learning with the gait cycle, the concept even of falling for speed. Then you've got to learn Where am I supposed to be? I'm supposed to be right here. Okay, here's where I'm supposed to be. How do I get there? Well, I get there by pulling my foot up. All right, now I understand concept. Now let's practice that. Ready? Let yourself free fall. Woo! Pull your foot. See? Then you start to realize, okay, now I can take that and go a little further with it. What starts to happen, I'm going to show you something, is if I start right here, right, and I just fall enough to feel it and pull my foot. Fall, pull. You see? I still traveled. And when you start to realize that, if I want to travel further, right, it's just a bigger fall. So then it's just fall, pull. See how much further I just traveled? I didn't change my running. I changed my fall. So I allowed myself to fall more. And then you see how I had to pull twice? The faster you run or the higher fall you hold, the quicker your foot will respond. So then to be able to run fast, to be able to maintain that involves a series of skill drills, strength exercises, especially elasticity, very important. And then of course, the cardio conditioning comes with that practice. So I tell people, if you want to run faster, start with concept like we just did. We just had to open our brain to just understanding what it is. Then we work on the skill drills. What is pulling to pose? What is elasticity? And I do these in place so I can handle, see, not going anywhere, but when I start to want to run faster, I've got the skill, I've got the strength, I've got the elasticity. Your heart rate will go up. That's okay. As you get more efficient, you're actually going to be able to run faster at a lower heart rate. But you've got to do the work. You've got to do the hops. You've got to do the pulls. You've got to do the work to be able to hold this so you can fall. Holding your upper body, 68% of your body weight, that's a lot of work. So you've got to practice doing the work. You can practice the work, though, in small space. Then you take it out to run. So things like range of motion, I want to increase my stride length, is going to be doing things like the runner's lunge. We're going to do a whole series on the app of helping people understand dynamic flexibility, right? I want to be able to move my body, right? Work on balance too. But I want to talk about its dynamic. So when we do our movements for running, right? Like a lot of people tell me I should do yoga, which is great, you should. But what I want to teach you and show you is how to move your body through poses like the running pose, like the runner's lunge, where you start to work through range of motion for running, right? So I take people through things like use a bench, use a box, and we start working on things like holding your weight up supported, right? So now I'm just doing some single leg strength. We have all that kind of stuff in our program. We'd love for you to join us. However, if you want to just see what it's like, get on the app. We've got the free 3-2-1. We just added 2 more programs, but the reality of that skill strength and self-care work is what's going to help you run faster. But I'm telling you guys, no matter how fast you run now, just adding a little bit of this fall action or just thinking about it makes such a difference. And then you start putting it together with your run. It makes you want to do the drills. It makes you want to do things you don't normally do, like the runner's lunge, things like that, because then all of a sudden you realize why you're doing it and why it'll help you to run faster. All right, guys, thank you so much for your support and watching. If you've already subscribed, thank you. If you haven't, please do. If you've been following the app and you've tried the programs, please give us feedback. We're just trying to keep making it better. And then, of course, if you'd like to join us,